There is a moment in every man's life when he realizes that attraction no longer rests on youth alone. The years pass, the hair turns gray, and society whispers that age is a decline. But what if I told you the opposite is true? That, when guided by wisdom, the older years can unlock a deeper form of attraction, one built not on fleeting charm but on timeless qualities. In Stoicism, the worth of a man is not measured by his appearance but by his character. And when character shines, it makes any man, regardless of age, magnetic. Today, on Stoic Loading, we will uncover the 3 qualities that make older men more attractive, qualities that come not from vanity but from living a life rooted in philosophy. The first quality is self-control. Epictetus, once a slave, taught that freedom does not come from wealth or status, but from mastery over one's own mind. A man who has self-control is untouchable. He cannot be enslaved by desire, anger, or fear. You see, when we are young, we are often tossed around by emotions. Quick to anger. Quick to indulge. Quick to react. But an older man who has endured the storms of life and learned restraint radiates a quiet strength. That strength is deeply attractive. Imagine 2 men, one panics at the slightest setback, raises his voice in every argument, and loses himself to impulse. The other listens calmly, speaks only when needed, and acts with intention. Which man will be respected, admired, even desired? The answer is obvious. Self-control shows maturity. It shows discipline. It shows that you are not a slave to your urges but a master of them. And when others sense this mastery, they are drawn to you, not because you seek their validation, but because you command respect without asking for it. For the Stoics, self-control is not suppression, it is alignment. It is choosing to act from reason, not impulse. And that quality alone makes an older man look stronger, wiser, and far more attractive than any youthful energy could. The second quality is simplicity. Marcus Aurelius, Emperor of Rome, lived with power beyond imagination. Yet, in his private writings, he constantly reminded himself to live humbly, to strip away excess, and to focus on what truly matters. That is simplicity. Older men who embrace simplicity are not trying to prove themselves. They no longer feel the need to decorate their lives with noise, flashy cars, loud clothing, endless status games. Instead, they choose elegance. A well-fitted shirt. A clean lifestyle. Measured words. Uncomplicated choices. This simplicity is powerful because it communicates confidence. A man who owns less but lives fully shows that his worth is internal, not external. People are drawn to such men because they represent stability in a chaotic world. Simplicity also makes you ageless. Trends fade. Fashion shifts. But simplicity, both in style and in spirit, remains attractive across time. Think of it this way: youth may impress with extravagance, but age inspires with refinement. And refinement always comes from subtraction, not addition. The Stoics remind us: wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. A man who lives simply, who reduces the unnecessary, looks sharper, stronger, and more magnetic than one drowning in excess. The third and greatest quality that makes older men more attractive is wisdom. Unlike youth, wisdom cannot be bought, borrowed, or faked. It must be earned through trial, reflection, and experience. An older man who has walked through suffering yet carries peace is irresistible. His scars are not weaknesses, they are lessons. His silence is not emptiness, it is depth. His advice is not opinion, it is truth forged in fire. Wisdom shows itself in how you treat others, in how you endure pain, in how you resist bitterness despite disappointment. People are drawn to those who have perspective, who see beyond the immediate, who can remind others of what truly matters. Seneca once wrote, "Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body. Each difficulty you survive makes you wiser, if you choose to learn from it." And wisdom is what gives an older man his unique charm. Here is the secret: youth may attract with beauty, but wisdom sustains attraction. A man who can guide, who can inspire, who can stay calm while others collapse, that man looks better, regardless of age. Wisdom is not about knowing everything, it is about knowing yourself. It is about aligning with virtue, courage, justice, temperance, and wisdom itself. And when an older man embodies these virtues, his attractiveness transcends time. Conclusion. So, what are the 3 qualities that make older men more attractive? Heavy checkmark self-control, the strength to master your emotions. Heavy checkmark simplicity, the refinement that comes from needing less. Heavy checkmark wisdom, the light earned from a life of reflection. Together, they form a force stronger than youth, louder than wealth, and more lasting than looks. On Stoic loading, we believe aging is not decline, it is refinement. It is the chance to live with presence, to embody virtue, and to inspire through example. So if you are an older man listening to this, remember, you do not need to chase youth. You do not need to compete with trends. You only need to cultivate these 3 Stoic qualities, and you will not only look better, you will be better. Because true attractiveness is not in the skin. It is in the soul.